Hey guys, and welcome to another #Askdee video. I have not done one of these videos in so long, I apologize, but I really want to bring this series back to my channel. So if you want to share any stories, ask me any questions, email me at askdevani@gmail.com. I'll put the email in my description as well. And this is all 100% confidential, so I will share as much as you want me to. And just a little bit of a disclaimer also, I am just sharing my advice based off of my experience and what I feel is what I would do if I were in your situation. So just some disclaimers, and also please feel free to leave your advice in the comments so that we can just start a discussion. And there might be things that either I didn't think about or know about that you guys might know, or just based off of your connections and your experience. So please make sure that you share your advice in the comments. I'm going to be reading an email today. I'm going to give her a pseudonym. We're going to name her Vanessa. Let's get right into it because I'm trying to film this video during Karina's nap, and yeah, things are starting to calm down a little bit, so I am hoping that I'll be able to get back to my consistent schedule. All right, let's get into the email. Hello Devani, I hope you are well. My name is Vanessa. I am 25 years old. I'm still living with my toxic mother. She is a narcissist with a victim complex. She's emotionally, mentally, and sometimes physically abusive. I suffer from severe depression, anxiety, and mental struggles from her. I tried every logical and creative solution to leave, but nothing works. The military won't allow me in because I have asthma. Every part-time job I get, my money is being taken. I try to find a full-time job so that I can get a car and live in it. No jobs are hiring. No one would hire me due to lack of experience. I tried trades and schools. I can't go to any because I don't have reliable transportation or money to pay for it. All my friends left me because my mom doesn't allow me to leave the house. My friends say that since I can't hang out, there's no point of us being friends. No family members will help me. Everyone is off to themselves. I had a lot of failed relationships due to them not being able to see me. I tried creative ways such as self-development, patience, getting closer to God. Still nothing. I don't have anyone to rely on emotionally or financially. I'm afraid I'll be stuck here forever and never have the chance to leave and truly live the life that I desire. P.S. If you're going to use my story on your platform, I would love to stay anonymous, of course. And she also put that she has some questions for me. So I'm going to read the questions and then we'll go back and discuss. So the questions are: how did you manage to keep your faith with God while living with your parents? If you didn't meet your now husband, what would have been your second option? How did you heal mentally and emotionally? And how did you manage to cope with everything while being stuck with your parents? All right, Vanessa, girl, you are in quite a situation, and I just want you to know that you do not deserve to stay and just be in this. So we are praying for you that you are going to, like you said, just live the life that you deserve. And I'm hoping that through what I have to say and people in the comments giving you advice as well will help you to just, one, get the courage to leave because you are capable of it, and two, just give you some ideas on how you're able to go about this. I was able to find some general resources that are US based that I'm also going to put in the description, and I'm also going to just share them really quickly. So the first set of resources are mental health related. So the first one is the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. You can contact them for emotional support, and they're 24/7, they're free and confidential. The next one is a crisis text line, and you can communicate with a trained crisis counselor, and they're also available 24/7. The next two are employment/education based. So the first one is JobCorps. It's a free education and vocational training program that helps young people to learn a career, earn a high school diploma or GED, and they help you to also find and keep a good job. And the second one, I think, is based on your area, but you guys can just look it up. It's Vocational Rehabilitation Services, and they assist individuals with disabilities who are having trouble to find or keep a job. Since she mentioned that she has asthma, she might be eligible. The next one is meetup groups. So now, please, please, please lean on the safe side when it comes to meeting up with people or online communities. Don't share too much of your information, and be very wary of who you're going and meeting up with in person. But that being said, I think that it would be nice for you to be a part of a community. So you can either find some through meetup.com is one. I'm not really sure of what it is about. I just found it online, but you can find local groups or even virtual groups, and they are based off of just communities and support. So there's gonna be some commonality there. What I would lean more towards is a church group. My church particularly has tons and tons of groups that are both virtual and in person, and I can link those as well. We're actually starting our summer semester, I think, next week, so perfect timing for that. So even if you don't live in this area, you can join one of my church's groups online, and they have so many different things that they have groups about. You can do it based off of interest or based off of marriage or being single, or I don't know if they have any groups that are geared towards trauma, but they might, and they always have new groups. So I would definitely look into that. And I just know that for me, what really helped me, and I'll talk more about that when I answer your question, but after moving out, what really helped me to just stay sane, honestly, was my faith, and getting connected with a church, and just finding people that are there to be able to just support you and not want you just based off of, oh, she can't hang out with me. They truly love you and want the best for you and want to help you. That is something that you really need, girl. The next thing is for housing assistant. It's the National Shelter System. You can contact local shelters or look for emergency housing programs in your area. And they also have resources to help those in need of emergency shelters or transitional housing. All right, we're gonna get into these questions now. So the first one is, how did you manage to keep your faith with God while living with your parents? When I was living with my parents, I was not a believer. I was a Hindu. I grew up in a Hindu household. My entire family, for the most part, is Hindu, and that is just, it's very embedded also into my culture, and it was something that I just kind of went with the motion, and it's just what I did. I chose to become a Christian after I moved out, and my experience being a Christian is completely different than my experience being a Hindu. And I will say that being a Hindu, it's more about like, it's more like rituals, and not to sound like witchcrafty, but it's more so like that. And I feel like my faith now is more relationship based, and that's what Jesus offers. He wants you to have a relationship with him. He wants to be your friend. He wants for you to put your faith and your trust in him, and he's such a good God, and he just loves you and wants the best for you. So yeah, I didn't really keep my faith in God when I lived in my parents. So I hope that answered that question. Second question is, if you didn't meet your now husband, what would your second option have been? I didn't move in with my husband. I actually moved in with my friend's friend, who I knew my friend's friend, but we weren't as close as my friend. So her parents took me in, and they kept me for 2 years, and they just completely 100% just supported me and loved me. And yeah, I don't know what my second option would have been if it wasn't for that family. And I feel like God just very much so just aligned everything to work out for my benefit. So yeah, I don't know what my second option would have been, but I think at that point in my life, I was very desperate to just get out of the situation. So I think that I would have just tried to figure out who else could have taken me in, what else could I have done. There was, I think my husband was actually talking to his grandma for me to possibly move in with her. So maybe that would have been my second option. But everything aligned and worked out just for completely the best. I also wanted to mention that one of my friends that helped me to move out, her mom worked for the county that I ended up working for years. She helped me to get that job. And without that job, I would not have had proper, well, I don't know, I can't say. But that job really, really helped me to get health insurance, and I was able to really grow in that job and get like nice raises, and I was able to move out of the family that took me in into a room that I rented, and then into our first house that we rented, and then now into our current home that we rent. So it was a very, very good stepping stone job. It provided me with great benefits, and yeah, it's based off of people who you know, connections, God just really putting everything together. And if you don't put yourself out there to meet people, to get those connections, then, or just honestly, also, if it's not for the connections, then going out there and really just being desperate to try to figure out how you can get out of your situation, then if you don't do those things, then I'm sorry, but you're going to be stuck, and I don't want you to be stuck. So I really just want to encourage and push you in that direction, to be desperate to get out of your situation. Next question: how did you heal mentally and emotionally? I think that once you get out of your toxic environment, once you are exposed and free to just, live your life, you exponentially are able to heal, because you are, one, obviously out of that environment, and you're able to create and foster your new environment. Is really, really easy. As also, another big thing is to have people around you that are supporting you and loving you and wanting the best for you. That is definitely keys to being able to heal mentally and emotionally. Once you have that healthy environment and those healthy friends and relationships, it makes you view yourself in a more positive life, because when you're just completely surrounded by darkness, that's going to reflect upon yourself. The other thing is my relationship with God. Learning about how much God loves me, how I should view myself, it really, really changed my perspective on everything. I'm not the same person that I was when I moved out. I am just so happy that I was able to find God, because He really, really, really just softened and changed my heart and my mind. And the last question is: how did you manage to cope with everything while being stuck with your parents? I didn't. I kept everything in, and I still kind of struggle with that, so I need to work on that, and baby steps, right? But I've definitely gotten better. But I kept everything in for pretty much when I was able to remember those suppressed memories. It was about like a year, I want to say, that I just kept everything in, didn't want to confront the issue. And even years after moving out, and probably now too, definitely now too, I still kind of avoid certain things and don't address certain things. And yeah, one, it's because it's awkward, and two, it's because I'm just in a good place right now. So bringing up those things kind of just make me feel a lot. So I will deal with them, and I have been dealing with things in baby steps. So yeah, I would not recommend just pushing everything in and not dealing with it. But yeah, so yeah, I didn't deal with things. I did not deal with things when I was living at home still. But I would say, to, if I were in your shoes now, that one, I would try my best to get out of the situation, and two, I would take baby steps in learning how to cope with them. And I see that you have been, because you said that you've been trying self-development, patience, getting closer to God. So keep doing all of those things. Don't give up. Don't give up on self-development. You need to always, even when you move out and you're past all of this, you still have to work on yourself, because you have to take care of the body that God gave you. So that's eating well, that's journaling, that's exercising, that's all of those things. And patience is good. Patience is good, but don't settle. So you can be patient while still working towards getting out of the situation. And then, of course, you guys know that I'm always going to root for you guys to get closer to God. So you can do daily devotionals, download the Bible app. It is so easy to find devotionals. You can do the daily one that comes with the app, or you can find plans. They have tons and tons of plans for so many different categories that you can look through. Do that every single day. It takes literally, it could take 5 minutes, it can take an hour, however much time that you want to put towards it. But I always feel so much better when I start my day out with time with God. Do that. You can listen to worship music, just headphones. You can just be in the room by yourself, headphones, just focusing, listening to worship music, praising God, praying. Always just talk to God. Tell him how you feel, tell him what you want, praise him for how good he is, because he is going to get you out of this situation. I just know it. And we're all going to be praying for you as well. Okay, guys, I think that is all that I have to say about my girly Vanessa. Please let her know what you think she should do. If you know of anything, or if there's anything that I didn't mention, please let her know in the comments. We are all trying to help each other. And if you have questions or stories that you want to share with me, once again, make sure that you email me at askdeevani@gmail.com. I love you guys so much. God bless you guys. I'm always praying for you guys, and I'll see you soon.